act, you have speed, that velocity, how to act, and measure where to act. They will use the sword as a means to, beside defending themselves, to calculate their distance for their advantage. This is the normal distance they will adopt from one another. You have the feeble against feeble there. The feeble is the point of the sword. In that position, if number one will try to thrust the opponent, he will not hit. So it is quite safe. Even he can't use any cut. He will not hit his opponent. The only way to hit with a cut or with a thrust is to lunge. The lunge is they will straighten the arm and advance forward. That is, first show you the thrust, then a cut. If you are media against media, so you are closer, you can't go anywhere because you have the same force from both sides. But in this distance, if you extend your arm, you will simply hit the enemy. You can hit your opponent, even with the cut. So this is a good distance both to thrust and to cut the opponent. In the case that number two feeble is against number one forte, that is the strongest part of the blade, he will control the blade. He will control the opponent's blade to remove it out of his threat and then attack the enemy, as you can see. So the forte is used to control your opponent's blade too. Now, you have seen the parries. The parries are divided in the low line and the high line. For example, if you try to attack inner low line, they will use number one. If you try to attack the lower outline, you will use the number two. The high line, inner high line, the number 4. And the outer high line, the number 3. In the case that you will have a blow in the head, try to have a cut against the head, they will use the number 5. Now, in a sword fight, when you have an attack, you'll have a reply. If you have an opponent attacking you, you will not stop there. You will not retreat. You will continue fighting the battle. So, for every action, there is a reaction. If there is a cut, there is a defense. And then you have seen, you're waiting for that moment that your opponent will do a mistake. And you can hit. Set. Salute. Okay. I guess they deserve a good round of applause for encouragement. Third, himself, during the Battle of Trafalgar. Nowadays, the Mamluk sword is issued to the high-ranking officers of the British Army. Generals and field marshals have a Mamluk blade. Even to the US Marines, to the American Marine Force. This is the British heavy cavalry saber. It is still being in use. In fact, if you go to London, to the changing of the guard, the household cavalry still wear this sword. Nowadays only for ceremonial purpose. It is still being in use, very elegant, well decorated. It shows the king's and the queen's cipher. What is a cipher? Cipher is the initials of the monarch. In this case it is VR, Victoria Regina. If you have king, for example King George III, you'll have a GR, George Rex. When you have king, R stands for Rex. When you have queen, R stands for Regina. Can you imagine if you have a king named Tony? It will be T-Rex.
So the Greek had one called Autorex. So
Autorex.
yes, the first king of Greece.
Well,
A bit stupid as well.
well,
Otto the first of Greece. Hey.
well, you can't say that, you see. This is another Royal Artillery NCO saber. Can see the marking of the artillery. That is a cannon. Royal Artillery. These are nowadays only used for ceremonial practice. Is well decorated. All of these swords were used in the British Army. But here we have not every sword, but we have the basics of the Army ground forces. We do not have Royal Navy yet. Okay. Do you have any questions? Yes, sir.
Can you teach me how to use that sword?
Sorry?
Can you teach me how to use that
Sir,
sword?
you are my master, sir. I can't do that. He's our master. He teaches us sword fighting, and he's very busy at the moment because he has some problems with us. We are not that good at the moment.